Darling, where are you running? Oh, what's that?
I'm not running anywhere, darling. Just trying to keep these spiders from making a meal of us. Though, I must say, your timing is impeccable. Asking about my whereabouts while I'm knuckle-deep in arachnid innards. And here I thought romance was dead. Much like this spider.
My romance for you isn't dead, you know. It's alive.
Oh, your romance is alive, is it? Just like this spider was until you shot it from 20 paces away. Very brave, very romantic. Nothing says I care for you quite like watching me fight while you line up the perfect shot. At least your aim is good. I'll give you that much.
My aim is here for you, same as me.
Your aim is here for me. Interesting choice of words coming from a man who stands back with his bow while I'm in the thick of things. But I suppose that's your version of romance. Keeping a safe distance while still claiming to be here for me. At least you're consistent in your unique approach to companionship.
You know, darling, is this moonstone or
Last time I was
precious?
in a cave this dark, I ended up sealed away for a few centuries. You know what I learned from that experience? Never trust family with an elder scroll. Moonstone or precious. I'm not sure if you're asking about gemstones or complaining about the weight of our journey. Either way, I'm more concerned with finding our way through this cave than discussing jewelry. Unless you're planning to propose again. Because that worked out so well with your mystery bride from the Temple of Dibella.
What kind of mystery bride you meant? If you mean that Hargraven, we already killed that supposed bride during our travel to Lord Sanguine's realm.
Yes, the Hagraven bride. How could I forget that charming chapter of your romantic history? Though I was actually referring to your mysterious night at the Temple of Dibella. You know, the one where you woke up with a wedding ring and no memory. You do have quite the collection of matrimonial mishaps for someone who keeps calling me darling. At this rate, I should start keeping a ledger of your forgotten spouses.
I think that all women I need I already have around me right now, don't you agree, darling?
All the women you need around you? How collectionist of you. I'm sure Chine and Vermilion would be thrilled to hear themselves described as items in your personal harem. And here I thought I was special when you called me darling. Silly me for not realizing it's just another word you toss around like septims at a merchant's stall. Should I be flattered to be part of your collection? Or concerned about who you'll end next?
Alright, darling, if we are speaking about romance moment and activity, what do you say if we jump together from this
I'm not sure this
bridge?
Spider-invested cave is going to make my list of vacation spots to revisit. Jump off a bridge together. How romantic. Nothing says I care about you quite like suggesting mutual suicide in a cave full of spiders. Though I suppose after centuries in a stone coffin, a plunge into the abyss would be a change of pace. Is this how you would the Hagraven too? Well, let me guess. Your idea of a perfect date is fighting Drover in a crypt. Actually, don't answer that. I might find it more appealing than I should.
Yeah, it's because under this bridge is some river. So we will jump to that river, and this is that end of this cave anyway. So we have to continue through that river down from that bridge.
Oh, so your romantic gesture is actually just practical cave navigation. How disappointingly sensible of you. And here I thought you were proposing something thrilling. Though I suppose plunging into unknown depths with you does have a certain metaphorical charm. Lead on then, my practical darling. Let's see where this river of romance takes us.
I would definitely continue with this romantic gesture. I could grab your hand and lead us both to jump together. What do you say? It should be romantic if we jump hand by hand through from this bridge.
Hand in hand into the unknown depths. My, you're full of surprises today. I suppose there are worse ways to travel than leaping into the abyss with the Dragonborn. Just don't let go midway. I've had enough betrayal from family members to last several lifetimes. Though I must say, For someone who's married hag ravens and woken up in temples with mysterious rings, you do occasionally stumble upon genuinely romantic ideas. Alright then, let's jump together, partner.
Alright, darling, just give me your hand and we will go together.
Fine, but if you let go and I end up alone in whatever watery grave awaits below, I'll haunt you for eternity. And trust me, I know how to make eternity feel very, very long.
Oh! Did you see that, darling? We swam together through that river, like a romantic couple.
Oh yes, so romantic. Nothing says true love like nearly drowning while being chased by giant spiders. Perhaps next time we could hold hands while fleeing from a dragon. Or share a tender moment while knee-deep in Draugr. Your idea of romance continues to astound me, darling. Though, I must admit, there is something uniquely thrilling about facing death with you. Just don't expect me to write poetry about our underwater adventure. If you're trying to practice necromancy, you might want to start with something simpler than mimicking a vampire. Perhaps try to resurrect spiders again. At least they don't talk.
No, darling, of course I didn't intend to repeat everything you said. And look at this, you again have your own spider resurrected here in front of me. His name is Serana's Frostbite Spider. Do you see that?
I don't have a resurrected spider, John. That's just what the game calls any undead creature I raise. It adds my name to it.
Darling, you totally miss a point. I wasn't speak about your name, but about your spider in first place. And you have your 8-leg friend with many eyes here in front of me. He is looking at me.
I don't have a pet spider, John. When I raise a dead creature with my necromancy, the game, I mean, the magic, labels it with my name so everyone knows who's controlling it. It's not actually mine in any meaningful sense. It's just temporarily animated by my power. And honestly, I'm more concerned about why you keep fixating on these spiders when we should be finding our way out of this damp, miserable cave. Unless you're developing some strange 8-legged fetish I should know about.
I just only admired your spider, Serana, and you took it wrong.
And no, I don't have a pet spider. That's just what happens when I temporarily raise a dead creature with necromancy. It's not my companion or pet. It's a reanimated corpse that follows basic commands until the spell wears off. But please, continue admiring the mindless undead arachnid if that's what fascinates you in this damp, spider-infested cave.
Of course, darling, I only little teased you. Don't take it personally. It wasn't to offend you. It was to enjoy our moments together.
You know what would really make me enjoy our moments together? If you'd actually say my name correctly. Serana, but I suppose that would deprive you of your little teasing hobby. Wouldn't it, darling?
Alright, darling, I hear more spiders. Prepare for more fighting.
You know what I love about our adventures? 1 minute we're fighting spiders. The next minute we're fighting more spiders. At least you're consistent, both with the enemies you choose and your stubborn refusal to pronounce them. Ready when you are, darling.
That was a big spider. You killed him nicely.
Another 8-legged monstrosity falls to your mighty bow while I'm down here getting venom in my hair. At this rate, we'll clear Skyrim of its entire arachnid population before sunset.
I see you found yourself in yet another damned spider-infested hole, bravo. How predictably adventurous of you, and with such fascinating company too. That vampire seems particularly attached to you. Does she always speak to you with such Biting sarcasm. It's almost as if she believes she has some claim on you. How quaint. Though I must say, your aim with that bow remains impressive. At least I taught you something properly.
You know, sister, but I have something for you. It's amulet of restoration, which could help you use healing magic if you know some. Do you know some healing spells, sister?
Healing spells? Of course I know healing spells. I'm an Altmer, not some Nord brute swinging an axe hoping for the best. Though I prefer destruction magic paired with my blade. It's far more satisfying to end threats before they require healing. But yes, I can mend wounds when necessary. Why? Planning to hide behind me when the next troll appears?
No, I don't plan to hide behind anyone, but you could heal me or anybody else from this group more effectively with such kind of amulet, don't you agree?
An amulet of restoration? How thoughtful of you to remember my magical aptitude. Though I find it amusing you'd assume I need trinkets to enhance abilities I've spent centuries perfecting. Still, I won't refuse a useful gift. Hand it over then. Let's see if your taste in enchantments has improved since I last taught you the difference between quality and quantity. Where is this miraculous amulet you speak of? Don't tell me you've misplaced it already. Or was this just another one of your little games, brother? Dangling promises of gifts only to have empty hands? Some things truly never change. You always did have a talent for building expectations only to disappoint. If you actually find this amulet in that disorganized collection you call an inventory, do let me know. Until then, I'll continue relying on my own considerable talents.
Is there anything else?
Alright, big sister, just check your inventory now. You already have it, I gave it to you. You are such impatient, do you know that?
Patient? I'm an Altmer warrior who's kept you alive despite your best efforts to the contrary. Patience is hardly my defining trait, but the amulet, it's quite impressive. Fearless enchantment, indeed. I suppose your judgment has improved somewhat since I last saw you. Though next time perhaps lead with the gift rather than vague promises. Makes for less friction between us.
This was overreaction of yours.
Overreaction? I simply expressed doubt before seeing the quality of your offering. A healthy skepticism born from centuries of experience. You should appreciate my candor rather than this sensitivity. Besides, brother, if you can't handle a sister's honest critique, how will you survive Skyrim's harsher judgments? But the amulet is exceptional. I'll grant you that much.
You were too harsh to judge before you have opportunity to see that jewelry and give me chance to give that jewelry to you, and it wasn't wise.
Oh, forgive me for not properly appreciating your generosity before witnessing it. How terribly presumptuous of me to form an opinion without first bowing in gratitude. Perhaps next time I'll maintain reverent silence until your magnificent gifts materialize. Is that what you'd prefer, brother? Though I must admit, the amulet is quite impressive. Consider my lesson in patience. Noted.
I will have to give you some lessons of gratitude when we will be alone, and add some punishment lessons as well.
Punishment lessons? How ambitious of you, little brother. I've spent centuries perfecting the art of discipline while you were still learning to string a bow. But by all means, attempt your lessons. I'm curious to see what you believe constitutes punishment. Perhaps we'll both learn something unexpected.
I am Knight-Paladin Gelebor. Welcome to the great chantry of Auriel. Auriel, Haltosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves. I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the betrayed. Of course, you're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance. I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother. The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen. They swept into the chantry without warning and began killing everyone without pause. The chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone and stormed the inner sanctum when I believe they corrupted further. He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting. Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight-Paladin of Auriel, and an assault on the betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death. Yes, let me show you.
So this is Snow Elf magic. Incredible.
This structure was known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center, 75?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience
Snow Elves'
with the
ancient way
Archcurate
shrines
himself.
and a quest to kill
All
someone's
that just to
brother.
end up
Just
dumping
another
it out?
typical day
Makes
following
no
you
sense
around,
to
isn't
me.
it? At least this
It's
cave offers some
symbolic.
protection from
I
that
don't
miserable
expect you
fog
to
and rain
understand.
outside.
So,
Though I
let's
suspect
get
we'll
this
be drenched
straight.
again soon enough if we're to
You need to
follow
do all
this.
that
Paladin's
nonsense to get into the
instructions.
temple so
The
you can
betrayed
kill
could
your
calls
brother,
them.
you know.
Interesting how
I
history
know
twists
how it all
depending on
sounds.
who's telling the
But
story.
if there was another
I wonder
way,
what his brother
I'd have
would
done
say
it
about all
long
this.
ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment. There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the chantry. Caves? Oh no. The chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the initiate's ewer. Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened. This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey.
So, darling, here we are. We should start our journey to that cave system, as Knight-Paladin Gelebor told us.
Darling, is it now? That's new. I like it better than your usual mispronunciations of my name. And yes, into another cave system we go. At least this one promises ancient snow elf magic rather than just more Draugr. Though I must say, watching you and your sister bicker over an amulet was quite entertaining. Family dynamics never change, do they? Even after centuries apart.
Some things never change. She is always overreacting before she have opportunity to find out more, and she is always very demanding, but you know that
I've noticed your sister's forceful personality reminds me a bit of my mother, actually. Quick to judge, slow to praise. Though, I must say, that punishment lesson you promised her sounded intriguing. Care to share what you had in mind? Or is that strictly between siblings?
I think that some things should stay in family circles, don't you agree? And of course, it's not anything intriguing as you probably imagine.
Oh, family circles. How mysterious. Though, I must say, your definition of family seems rather flexible these days. Your sister certainly doesn't look like any Nord I've ever seen. But fine, keep your secrets. Everyone's entitled to their private punishments. Just remember, I've lived in a castle full of vampires. My imagination runs quite dark when left to its own devices.
It's nothing interesting. I only need to discipline her from time to time.
Discipline me? How adorable. You seem to forget who taught you which end of a sword to hold, brother. Your idea of discipline is likely as effective as a snowberry in a forge. But by all means, continue believing you have any authority over me. It's rather quaint. Though I must say discussing your plans for punishment in front of your vampire pet shows remarkably poor judgment.
Yeah, my sister had harsh and insulting tongue, don't you agree, darling?
Your sister certainly has a way with words. And here I thought I was the sharp-tongued one in this group. Though calling me your vampire pet is rather unimaginative. I've been called worse by better, I suppose. At least darling is a step up from your usual mangling of my name. Though, I'm curious what kind of discipline works on 1,000-year-old elves. Must be quite the technique.
Anyway, we should continue through this passage, darling. Let's refocus ourselves to finding Auriel's bow for now.
Ah yes, Auriel's bow. Much more important than family drama and disciplinary techniques. Though, I'm rather curious what could possibly discipline an ancient elf. Perhaps we'll see a demonstration someday. But you're right, we should focus on the task at hand. Okay, noted. Let's see what ancient snow elf magic has in store for us. I just hope this initiates year isn't as heavy as it looks.
It wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of freezing, actually. Feel a little warm now.
Interesting. Cave with raining inside. I never see something like that.
Raining inside a cave. I've seen stranger things, but not many. The ancient snow elves must have had quite the flair for dramatic architecture. Makes you wonder what else we'll find deeper in. Glowing mushrooms, underground rivers, and now indoor rain. At least it's warm rain. Almost pleasant compared to Skyrim's usual freezing downpours.
Anyway, darling, prepare for fight. I sense danger here and many enemies ahead.
Danger ahead. What a shocking development in an ancient snow elf ruin. And here I thought we were on a pleasant cave tour. I'll keep my magic ready. Though, I notice you've already got your bow at the ready. Planning to provide your usual tactical support from a distance while I handle the close encounters. Don't worry, darling. I'm used to it by now. I ready my magic. Stay close, darling. But not so close that my ice spikes freeze that pretty armor of yours.
Darling, you could attack next one, Falmer.
I'm a little busy with this one already. Unless you like... Didn't think so, and...
Darling, could you go and attack them first, or should I tell someone else? Maybe my sister?
Oh, so, now you want me to go first, after you've already picked off every enemy in sight with that bow of yours. How considerate. And if I refuse, you'll just ask your sister instead. Lovely. Fine. I'll take point on the next group. Though, I'm starting to think you just enjoyed watching me get covered in Falmer blood while you stay pristine at a distance. At least give me a moment to prepare my spells before the next ambush.
I could go first, but I'm going first every time. So it would be better if there will be someone else this time, don't you agree?
You going first? That would be a remarkable change of strategy. I seem to recall you nominating Lydia to take point in EmzakVR because, and I quote, she wears heavy armor. But sure, let's pretend you're always leading the charge. Your bow certainly has impressive range if you're shooting from the front lines. But fine, if you want someone else to play bait for the Falmer, I'm sure your sister would be delighted to volunteer. She seems eager to demonstrate her superiority anyway.
You are right, I should ask her to do that. She seems to be superior in every way, right?
Oh yes, by all means. Let's have your superior sister take point. I'm sure she'd be thrilled to demonstrate her ancient elven prowess. Though I find it interesting how quickly you're willing to throw her to the Falmer after all that talk about family suckles and discipline. But what do I know? I'm just the vampire who's been fighting at your side through countless ruins while you perfect your archery from a safe distance. Perhaps I should take notes on her technique, assuming she survives long enough to show it.
Big sister, would you like to go first and attack what is in front of us in these caves?
You want me to charge ahead, little brother? Very well. I sense Falmer and their pets lurking in these shadows. Their poison burns, but nothing I haven't handled before. Stand back with your bow. I'll draw them out. Just try to hit them instead of me this time. Unlike your vampire friend, I don't question your methods. I simply improve upon them.
Please start and attack the house, Nasty, Falmer and their pets.
Farmers, they're called Falmer brother, though I suppose they do harvest suffering. Like some companions, Falmer blood stains, but victory is worth it. Ready your bow.
Yes! Yes! Yes. I think that we cleared that place quite nicely. There were many of them already dead.
We did indeed, brother, though I took the brunt of their poison while others hung back. A worthy sacrifice. I've fought Falmer before, but these were surprisingly potent. Their venom nearly mashed my pride. Next time, I'll be more careful. Not because I fear them, but because I refuse to kneel before lesser creatures. Your bow work was adequate.
Thank you for complimenting me. You were great. And of course, next time it will be best if your resistance, I mean your attire's resistance would fit the enemies we are facing, like resistance against poison is always great. Maybe I have some poison resistant ring in my inventory if you are interested.
Yes, I would appreciate a resistance potion if you have one. My Altmer blood is resilient, but even I must admit these cave dwellers have particularly vicious venom. Unlike others who hide in shadows, I face enemies directly, and occasionally pay the price for my courage.
Oh, how touching. Your sister nearly gets herself killed charging in, and suddenly she's great while I'm what? Inadequate for suggesting caution. And now you're offering her special potions too. Isn't that sweet? I suppose I should throw myself at the next Falmer to earn your approval. Though I notice she still managed to get poisoned despite all that superior elven blood she keeps mentioning. Perhaps direct confrontation isn't always the wisest approach after all. But what do I know? I'm just the vampire who's survived thousands of years without needing rescue potions.
I gave you some ring with poison resistance, only 27%, but it's still better than nothing if you would like to stay in front line.
How generous of you to bestow such a valuable gift on your sister. A whole 27% poison resistance. Truly the mark of brotherly devotion. Meanwhile, I've been fighting at your side through countless ruins without complaint or special trinkets. But I understand. Family first, right? Even when that family member has spent all of 5 minutes proving her superiority by getting poisoned and needing rescue. Perhaps next time you find a magical ring, you might remember who's been watching your back since you pulled me from that sarcophagus.
A mere 27% resistance? Better than nothing, I suppose. Your vampire seems rather sensitive about trinkets, brother. Perhaps she needs more than just blood to sustain her fragile confidence. Thank you for the ring. I'll put it to better use than she would. Your vampire friend seems quite territorial about your gifts. Perhaps in her centuries of existence, she's learned to covet what little attention comes her way. I, however, value a recognition of my direct approach to combat. Even wounded, I stand taller than those who hide in shadows.
Well, isn't this just lovely? Your sister charges in like a hero, nearly gets herself killed, and still manages to criticize everyone else while bleeding on the floor. And you reward her with jewelry. I've been fighting these wretched Falmer alongside you for months without complaint. Meanwhile, I notice you found plenty of potions but haven't offered a single one to anyone who might need them. Typical. At least the Falmer are honest about wanting to kill us. They don't hide it behind family loyalty and pretty trinkets.
You know, darling, you have a lot of healing potion in your inventory, so I don't know which kind of potion would you probably would like to have, but it seems that you are well prepared for many kind of situations.
Yes, I have healing potions. I also have the common sense not to flaunt them when someone's clearly fishing for handouts. Unlike your sister, I don't need validation through trinkets. But please, continue showering your sister with gifts while she insults the rest of us. I'm sure that strategy will serve you well when the next wave of Falmer comes.
Darling, I just found something extraordinary, ancient Falmer greatsword. I never saw such item during our travels.
Ancient Falmer greatsword, John, not Farmer. They're the blind, poisonous creatures that just tried to kill us, not people who grow cabbages. Though, I suppose both do work with manure. It is an impressive find, though. Probably dates back to when the Snow Elves still had their sight, before the Dwemer betrayed them. Quite valuable to the right collector.
Yeah, it's a nice rare piece for my collection, as you put it. I could appreciate such nice item.
Feels strange.
Ancient Falmer, not Farmer. Even I know that brother, and I haven't been trapped in a stone box for centuries. Quite the find, though. Their craftsmanship was legendary before their fall.